People everywhere have been spending more time than they would like to admit playing Nintendo's newest gift to the world, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Myself included.
Throwing hours upon hours into saving Hyrule isn't hard, as Tears of the Kingdom is a huge expanse of new content stemming from an already massive original game. And I don't care what people say about the map or the price tag, this game has so many new and original features. I could make like a whole separate video on it. Don't make me, because I will. But among the changes in Tears of the Kingdom comes one that has had very little discussion, one very high on the list of improvements I was hoping for in this sequel. And that one thing is building a better house. The house in Breath of the Wild was, well, it was okay. You built it by forking over thousands of rupees to some guy named Bolson over by Hateno Village. Initially, the idea of having somewhere to put your stuff and call your own was super exciting to me. It added a little something to the game that you could rely on without it shattering into a million pieces in your hand. But all that excitement was cut short by the house's limited expansion. After the initial purchase, you could only upgrade your place to have 3 mounts for shields, bows, and swords, and also some slight interior decoration. And that may be okay for the average player, but for me, it just wasn't enough, because obviously the #1 focus in a Zelda game should be its Sims-like customization of, I'm not going to justify this to you, I just wanted a cool house. Okay? Luckily for me, Tears of the Kingdom delivered. You can now create any house you so desire with Terry Town's Dream Homes. Apart from the admitted lack of aesthetic with the switch to a more shipping container design, the possibilities and therefore enjoyment of the new house are endless. This modular nature of the structure makes it easy to mix and match whatever components you want. More shield displays? No problem. More kitchens? No problem. You want a garden? No problem! But we'll get into all of that, because I'm going to tell you what's available, how to build it, and how to get access to it in the first place. The ability to craft your dream home is only offered once you've finished the Mattison's Independence side adventure. To do that, you walk yourself over to Terrytown and break into this poor, unsuspecting Gerudo girl's room. After a short chat, you agree to help her learn from the elders and sneak down to visit her dad, Hudson.
He's over at the construction site.
In order to get Mattison down to the construction site, you're going to basically muzzle the rail conductor with a couple conveniently placed boards and then watch as Mattison trots on past. Shh, nothing to see here. Shh. Once the gang's back together, it becomes your job to hunt down Sundelion flowers so they can paint it yellow? Really? Okay, so once you've effectively converted the hero of time into a Sherwin-Williams delivery man, you can take your magic balloon ride. Oh, give me a house, please. I want a house. I don't care. This is cutscenes. Thank you. And send Mattison on her way. Oh, yes, very sad. How touching, how moving. Now, if you wouldn't mind, thank you, and oh, you as well. Thank you, and oh. Now that's what I've been waiting to hear. Now that we're finally building, it's important to understand how the process has changed from Breath of the Wild. You've got tons more freedom, as you're no longer restricted to whatever a fashionably questionable, overtly flamboyant 80 but also 25-year-old can cook up. That's because you construct your new modular home with your magic sticky hand.
Johnson, I need those reports on my desk by Friday. I'm gonna need everything at your house to be constructed fully to code, and I just gotta understand all the stuff that's going on with the code and the building and the construction. And also, I'm an engineer, and I know all kinds of things about it.
Hey, Zach! Huh? Not that sticky hand, dude.
Oh, man.
Wait, if I'm Zach, who are you?
Man, I gotta stop with the late night pizza and gummy bear binges. The sticky or ultra hand allows you to slap together your structural components to your heart's content. The orientation, specific placement, combinations, everything down to the types of room being used is up to you. Just chat with this dude next to your plot of land and he'll take it from there with inspections, directions, and catalog collections. Speaking of which, What kind of rooms we got? I'd say it breaks down into two categories, functional and aesthetic. We'll begin with aesthetics. These are mostly comprised of hallways or rooms meant to just be walked through. The foyer, or foyer, is your only real choice for a door, but you do have two whole options for hallways. You can get square or angled rooms, furnished or non-furnished to your pleasure. To round off the aesthetic rooms, you've got stairs, and then what I call the cool ones. Little garden, little pool, little office. These are super neat, and you can do some creative stuff with them, like have a garden terrace, or dump out all the water in your pond and create a nice little awning.
It's up to your imagination.
But now the meat of this delicious steak dinner of a house, the functional rooms. You've got your standards: bedroom for sleepy bo beepies, sleepy buys, napski doodles, resting. Just resting. Kitchens where you can cook. Display rooms where you can put your coolest or strongest gear. And so much more! Just kidding. Only like two more. The special ones for this category are the blessing room and the paddock. Now, instead of going to designated holy zones throughout Hyrule, you can just pray at home.
Prayers at home.
And with the paddock, you can keep your little horsey pals out of the kennels and at home where they belong. You're limited to 15 units, but what you choose to mix and match with is up to you. This is my house, simple so far, with a big emphasis on displays. I have bigger plans for the future, but for now, this covers all my bases. Even has the paddock out back for equine field trips.
So now you know about houses. I think we can effectively motion to end things there. All those opposed can click through to watch more Zelda content in our streams, and all those in favor can just hit subscribe, and you can catch us in the next one. Let us know what we can do different, or what you want to see, or what you liked, or any of that good stuff in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time. See you, sprites!